All right, let's do a quick breakdown of NJ. So as we can see on the higher time frame, just on the weekly, we had the area of volume here and price tapped into it, well actually broke through it with clear signal and confirmation price action and pushed to the downside. Just get rid of those. What's happening here on the lower time frames? Well, not on the lower time frame, still on the weekly, but zoomed in. So we have this area of volume here. What we can see from here is price left a gap. However, there is a volume, there is a lot of volume here, an area of volume here where price pushed up, price pushed up. If we mark this on here, for me, the most relevant and significant one is this. Even though price did push off correctively, this was the one that was responsible for the move to the upside. So if we now just focus on what's happened with price at this point, I'm just going to zoom into this point here. The previous week closed with a full body, well, almost a full body, very strong weekly bullish candle here, and the next one was a doji. So there was indecision on the for the last week that has just passed here. If I just move to the daily here, let's just see what's happened. If we start to mark on some of these areas here, and if I just mark on this one here as well. Now, the way price is actually pushed off here is fairly corrective. And if I move to the 4 hour, let's just see if we've got any areas of volume here that we can focus on. If you look on the 4 hour here, there was an area here where price pushed to the downside quite aggressively. And you can see that very clearly. Now, recent price action has come in and just tapped it. It's not actually broke through, which is, well, it adds more weight to it when price breaks through because it's called a washout. And if I move down to the 4 hour, what a lot of traders could be doing here is they could get themselves trapped. And they could get themselves trapped into shorts, and this is where I keep my, well, try to remove my bias. So if I place this on here, there's a wick here. Now what potentially traders could be doing is having a look at price moving into this area, filling that wick and going to the downside for shorts. And they'd mark it on something like this, and they'd probably say, well, down to here I can get a 3.5 to 1, and then moving into these areas you've got a 4.5 to 1, and then down to here potentially 7 to 1. The problem with this here is what could happen if we just zoom out a little bit. As we can see, the higher time frame is showing us bullish price action, but the problem that could happen here is price could end up tagging you in and then tagging you back out, because you've got this area here where price could move from. So if you look at all this area right here, price could just tap into this and move to the upside. And if you zoom out, that does make sense as well. So if I just flip the chart for a minute, flip chart here, and let's mark out this. If I just mark this area out here, so what's happened here, price has pushed up because we're flipping the chart, formed a correction. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and even though that third leg was corrective, we're now starting to form this continuation here to the upside, right? So what would that look like? Now I've removed the bias for the shorts, and what's happened here, I mean, I can even go to the 4 hour and have a look at this, and it looks quite good on the 4 hour. And this could be a 4 hour entry, which would carry a lot more weight than a 1 hour would. So what I would be looking for here is, let's just draw this out. Let's see what's happened here. You've got the first touch, come back down. You've got the second move up, fairly corrective. We've left a gap right here. Price may have formed some kind of middle section, even though it started to move off impulsively after that. And then the last leg, you have 1, 2, 3. And if I just mark that, if I just draw that on a little bit more neatly. So what I would be looking for is for the last leg just to push down slightly, move up to here. So look at that. Look how it lines up on Monday, 2 o'clock. US session, so New York session, and then move down to here, or move up to here, shall I say. Just looking at a move to fill this wick here, if I just mark that on, and let's just see, let's weigh it up. Even if you get in here, say 30 pips, a move is a monster move. Just up to here, you have a 10 to 1. This is only a minor inflection point here, which I wouldn't worry about. And if I mark this on just to like draw that continuation on, and then zoom out on the 4 hour, that looks like a really good move. Now, this is on the basis that we do get a 1, 2, 3 last leg. Now, what would happen here is if I go down to the 1 hour, if price here just was trickling correctively here, and there was a lot of indecision,